Marin is a superstar in Korea, oldest current player.
Look at Smeb.
Oh, he
got the red buff!
Is to counter jungle against pushing lanes in the mid lane.
Yeah, getting jumped on. Mowgli is waiting here in the
level
wing,
2, though.
but that's going to be the throw out on the root caller. Will not find it. Pawn goes low, might actually die. There we go. That's going to be the dissonance coming through from Kuro. Comes up with the first blood. Meanwhile, Mata roaming his way up. Score's going to find an answering kill. Gets a bit of health back and will be able to. Smeb's in a bad position.
Level 3 versus level 6, remember?
Yeah, goes into the hammer form. Wants to jump in onto Mowgli, but he's out of mana. One more hit would do it. He has to flash away, but the jump comes in. As Marin roams down, so look at the summoner spell out of him. But meanwhile, bot lane Score.
Daisy!
Oh, he's got to flash over the wall. Daisy's here to help. Heal comes out from Kraber to try to keep him alive. But Daisy, she can take up that turret for quite some time. Score.
Very valuable in this situation. And when they chicken drink hams, Smeb and Marin are fighting.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be the Zonia's coming through. Smeb jumps over the wall, but Mowgli follows suit, and he'll come up with the kill. This is tacked on for the Rumble.
Bullet time's up. Equalizer's up. It's getting low. There's Equalizer.
It's going to be the Ash Arrow coming through. Finds Score. He gets jumped on immediately. Flashes away. It's that shield coming through. And now Mowgli gets caught. I believe that was by the root caller right there. And he goes down. A kill picked up for Deb.
More.
And now they're going to try to trade this one back. Pawn comes in, but there's no wave underneath the towers.
Will not spot that HP bar. They don't have any idea of the HP, and they have to come in now.
We're seeing it in action right now, but Marin, he's going straight into the pit with a Rumble. Equalizer not available. Doesn't have the charge to get overheated. Pawn goes low, though. Zonia's coming down from Marin. Can he find anything? Has to just flash out the backside of the pit to keep himself alive. Tucson as well on the run. Shield comes through for the command protect, but it's not enough depth. Snipes him out with the ace in the hole.
Baron calls are so straightforward with Daisy, and specifically the Ivern being able to brush up. As here's Smeb looking 1v4.
Ash Arrow not going to connect. Goes in on the Kraber trying to find the kill, but he flashes away too late. And that is going to be a kill coming through. The fadeaway from Kramer able to find it, but KT deft and Mata, they push back down here. Score waiting in the wings. They come up with the Infernal Drake. So Smeb trading his life for that. Onto these Nexus turrets. They're just going to have to give this up.
There's nowhere for them to go. They don't have the initiation. One Ash Arrow, and that's on cooldown now. They can run after Guardian Angel Rise, but I don't know what that really achieves with their base and tatters.
How much damage he's pushing out onto Pawn. Might be able to come up with the kill. The shield comes through from the scrap shield, but they're already ready for him, and he is going to fall. No GA for that Rumble. Smeb yet again going in. The Shockwave comes out, but he's got the shield for the Maul Malmortius to keep himself alive, and now this might just be the final back up here. On that lifesteal, Nexus turret number 1 going down about half HP. Here we go, that one will fall. Second one will follow suit, and it looks like the Nexus is just going to be shattered here. So pre-35 minutes, KT. Such a strong game. This is the last hurrah here for Afreeca Freaks, but it doesn't matter. The Nexus gets taken out.
If you get the ganks, if you set up the Renekton, he can have basically full kill pressure on the Jace. And it's going to be Azir in the mid lanes. They're going to go for a very oppressive
up. Marin doesn't see this yet. He's on the opposite side. He gets smacked back. Dashes through. Won't get knocked up by Score. They get on top of him. Flash forward. The knock-up comes through. Couple more hits. Flash to the side. Smeb comes up with the first blood. Takes him out with a shock blast.
From an offensive point of view, just because you exhaust the enemy AD carry, you guarantee the Voidlings get in and multiply, and his Spirit is trying on Smeb. Remember, Smeb no flash.
Yeah, Smeb's going to go ahead and get locked up by the stun. Trying to trade some damage back, but can't do a whole lot. He will go down, so another kill traded over in the top line.
He basically donated his flash to the Afreeca Freaks for no gain whatsoever.
Oh, but now Spirit walking in. He's going to pop the Ragnarok, trying to get on top of Pawn as best as he can. He goes low, throws one more axe. That'll be it. Kuro actually finishes them off, but here comes Mata. The tether will be flashed away by Kuro, so will not connect. And now the Nethergrass comes down on his Score, flashes over the wall. The Malefic Vision still ticking, and Marin here trying to pick him up. Score, can he make it out of there? Hits the blast cone, but it does not matter. Tucson comes up with the kill. 2 more on the board for Afreeca Freaks.
Yeah, which is the pure AD caster build. So we start off the season with Essence Reaver into Hurricane being the standard. Well, Mata's dead.
All right, we'll have to get a replay of that one to see how this transpired, but
Mata thought he could ward, and he could not. Much the same between Marin and Smeb. Smeb will from here itemize more into armor, whereas it's going to very much be the standard DPS build from Smeb.
Oh boy, here we go. They did find him in the end. Shockwave comes through. Spirit arrives right at the end to help take him out. And that is Pawn going down in the top lane. Spirit, you can see, it's pretty tanky on the Olaf. Not going to take a whole lot of damage. Almost has a Guardian Angel ready to go. He's going to go ahead, pop that Righteous Glory. He's sprinting in onto death. Nethergrass comes through from Tucson. That is one dead Varus. Kuro able to pick up the kill, and Afreeca Freaks just keep applying the pressure. KT, they just can't find a way out of this hole.
Yeah, this blue side buff is becoming a reality for the Afreeca Freaks. Do have to deal with Smeb in a sideline, who now is pretty significantly winning these trades against Marin. So that's a
Game 3, then they have to win for the first time on red side.
I mean, everything's working here for Afreeca Freaks. The draft was a lot better than the Game 1 draft. Red side usually gives more draft tools, so you think it'd be better as Smeb finally might be caught.
Yeah, he gets jumped on. Kuro's going to go ahead and pops him right away.
No good.
Gonna get a lot of damage onto this tier 2, if not just the whole thing. That's gonna be Pawn going forward, pushes Spirit back, tries to get onto Kramer. Exhaust comes through, but he's just not able to lock him up. Nethergrass coming out, QSS off by Pawn. Mata going low. And Pawn just trying to kite back up the lane, but here comes Marin and Kuro to cut them off. That's gonna be Pawn going down as Kuro finishes him off with the ball movement. And Deft and Score have to run for the hills. Afreeca Freaks is blowing this game wide open. 3 kills picked up, and look at tower there, getting jumped down. Deft maybe getting jumped on. Marin goes in, finds the stun onto Mata, who goes low. Does he have a shield to keep himself alive? Looks like he won't even need it. The flash away is coming through from multiple members of KT though, and Smeb, he'll get caught. That's going to be both he and Mata going down in the end. The Afreeca Freaks find the kills. That's a lot of wave clear taken off the board. Where do they want to go? Could just rotate over to this Baron. But looks like they want to stick in. Tucson getting low. Score pops him up. Is able to come up with the kill, but he's getting ticked down. Looks like he might lose his Guardian Angel. Tunnels over the wall, will make it out safely. KT, as it looks to be that way. No, then maybe they do want to defend this one. Score's going to get locked up. TP coming into the backside from Marin. Who's he going to pick? Tucson's already gone down, and Smeb takes him out of the fight, but Death falls as well. Spirit snatching that one up. They jump onto Smeb. They burn him out. Score on the run. Just has the GA still trying to keep him alive. It's like Mata and Pawn will be able to retreat successfully. The double dash coming through from Marin with Slice and Dice. Tries to get on top of him. They will do so. Guardian Angel gets popped. Can they finish him off? Or does he have a tunnel to get out? There we go. Big burst of damage. The Dissonance mixed in with Kramer. And they get rid of Score. 45 seconds.
Marin was really what was needed for Afreeca to win a fight. As KT, you do not have the option to actually go into short range. You will eventually just not be able to close distance because you don't have a frontline tank. You don't have someone to get on top of Kramer. And I think there is a chance. It's a remote one. Getting picks like this would be a good start.
Trying to find Kuro. They do pop him up with the Rek'Sai. He throws out the Shockwave, but it barely does any damage. And they're able to take him out, so nicely done by KT, but now the fast track onto this inhibitor turret is there. Down. Marin will get spotted. Does he want to commit in for the fight? Looks like the answer might be a no. Chain of Corruption comes through, but Deft gets jumped onto the back line. Big Shockwave comes through from the Orianna, and that is going to be Deft going down, followed by Score. 2 swift kills picked up here for Afreeca Freaks, and Pawn is going to follow suit. One more shot would do it. Marin cutting him off with the TP. He'll go down in the end. An interrupt from Smeb won't do a damn thing. 4 members fall, and Afreeca Freaks looks like they've finally done it. Smeb will not be able to stop this. This should be the game going over to them. They'll lose Tucson on the backside, but Afreeca Freaks, they can just shatter the base and take the next.
And they will be the first team to actually inflict a defeat, a single game defeat onto KT's otherwise perfect record. Remember, this team did take down Samsung even if they lost to MVP to really make us, okay, how good is Afreeca? Judging by this game, pretty damn good, Achilles.
Absolutely. Whether it's the blue side buff, whether it's the all-up, we do not know, but Afreeca Freaks finally take a game off of...
They're far ahead.
Oh, he's just going to do it again.
Just going to pick Renekton. Seems like it's a confidence pick, Achilles. They wanted a tank. They got a tank. It's another pick champion in some ways. Did not get much done. They had a favorable lane matchup but did poorly. In game 2, they were much more on form and went very equal. So, while Tucson's feigning aggression at level 2, he shouldn't push up too far.
The exhaust in on the bot as they try to get the kill, but Tucson's going low. Doesn't have the exhaust there anymore. It's not going to do enough to mitigate the damage. He flashes away, but still goes down. Now TP into the bottom lane, coming through from Marin. Deft and Mata way too far forward. The silence connects. Can Marin get in there? The slice and dice comes through. That's going to be the stun. That's going to be the kill. Marin takes him out. Meanwhile, in mid, Kuro goes low, but he's got the ghost. Doesn't need to pop the flash. And now Mata gets hit by the Ash Arrow. Silence connects. Can he make it out of here? Throws down the roots. Will it be enough? No. The volley from Kramer does hit him in the end. And that play in the bottom lane just kind of nullified a lot of the work that Deft and Mod have been able to do. You can see though, gank maybe coming through as Pawn is waiting in the brush, has the package available, but there's 4 members at the bottom. Pawn, he goes into the back lane to try to cut them off, but he's going to find 4 members waiting for him. The Cocoon does not connect, but the Ash Arrow does. TP comes through from Smeb. No, interrupted actually in the top lane by Marin. And that's just going to be a trade 1-for-1. They lose their mid laner, get a support. KT.
KT are making the sort of moves they weren't able to early in the game, and this is risky to score.
And then the grass being on to score. Cocoon lands perfectly. Hill comes through from depth, but it's just not nearly enough. Now the chase coming through. Repel won't connect, and a nice Zyra ultimate thrown down by Mata will pop up too. Ash Arrow comes in, Realm Warp straight in on top of Depth, and Mata, they find him, and they take him out. But Pawn is there to answer with a bit of damage. Mata gets caught by the good flash forward from Pawn, does come up with the kill, and now Smeb has TP'd down into the, or ran down into the bottom lane, gets on top of Kuro, comes up with 1, but Marin slicing and dicing his way to a kill onto Pawn. Helps equalize the count. That's going to be
better than the last 2 offensive Realm Warps. Marin ends up trying to flash for Teleport to
Spirit walking forward. Smeb and Mata find him. Nethergrass comes down onto the Maokai. Still very tanky, but now Depth arrives at the backside. Throws out the Chain of Corruption. They lock up Tucson, who should be going down.
Marin's here.
Yeah, Marin arrives, and Mata is going low, has those Malefic Visions. Marin gets locked up, however, and there's just too many members of KT Rolster. They stomp him out. They get rid of Spirit. Now Kramer, Manalus on Ash, has to run back around. Ash Arrow comes out, Depth, really nice cleanse, almost immediately takes that one out. Spirit, gets hit by the piercing arrow straight into the rocket from Pawn, and they take him out. Kuro going low, has to flash to the other side of the turret, which is going to go down. Marin coming in, but he's just going to get rooted. Might just lose the Guardian Angel right here, and he will. Slice and dices forward once, can't get the second cast off. Can they finish him off is going to be the question. They root him right there with a twisted advance. Smeb will pay for it with his life, but that could lead to yet another turret going down in favor of KT Rolster.
Will even be 3.
Time to stop this minion away from taking the tier 1 turret. Top lane.
KT want to stop these recalls.
Kramer all alone. Did they jump over the wall? There we go. Big burst of damage. Cocoon connects, but the QSS comes through and Pawn finds the kill. Can they get more? Kuro getting spotted out. Now Smeb coming in on the backside. Locks him down. The Realm Warp won't connect in time. And they get 2 picks. And you can be damn sure KT are going to go straight back to that Baron yet again.
A decisive call to stop the recalls. Only 1 went through. That meant the rest of the damage dealers were going to be free food. Smeb can tank up this Baron for days. And well, good luck, Spirit. You're going to need it.
Needs the Miracle Steal, has the wards in the pit, can see the HP, but might be a bit of a suicide mission. Meanwhile, speaking of that, Marin comes in on the sidelines. No one else from Afreeca Freaks following
no control
up.
Water. He does have vision here.
Spirit is patiently waiting this one out, but he's going to get locked down, and they pop him over the wall. Beautiful play by Mata, just get the root. And everybody turns on to him. That's going to be the Baron picked up for KT. That's going to be a
round with it. 3rd and final inhibitor goes down. Will we see the final fight here from Afreeca?
Oh, looks like Smeb wants to say yes. Goes in on Kuro, but the Nethergrass immediately comes out. Kramer just firing away with the volleys. Will be able to pop the GA. Marin as well. One final auto attack by Mata. Able to get rid of his. Tucson eats that piercing arrow, goes low, but will be able to retreat. But Kuro cannot say the same. The Rise goes down. 3 waves of super creeps getting ready to crash into the base. 1 Nexus turret already down to half HP. This is looking quite done for Afreeca Freaks. Need an absolute miracle to come out on top. Marin dashing forward, trying to get on top of score, gets stunned, but immediately cleansed off, and they pop him in return. And with no tanky front line, a Nexus turret down, this is going to be the game. KT Rolster coming in on top as Pawn just picks up a couple kills inside the fountain. 32 minutes on the clock. Not as clean as game 1, but still pretty damn good. KT 2-1. They will continue the win streak.
Yeah, congratulations to KT Rolster. Will go 4-0 after this series, but Afreeca can hold their heads high. They were not stomped out. They had a very good performance in game 2.